Your dangerous Dan McGuire is going one-on-one with some newcomer by the name of Pete Hanover. Well, Pete Hanover, tonight you're gonna find out how darn dangerous Dan could really get. And Playboy, I hear that you got a match with the hometown sweller of the Orphan. You know, if you get into any trouble, you're a little sidekick. I'm Batman in this relationship.
My little buddy, Dangerous Dan McGuire, has my back, but I'm not going to need it because the hometown hero doesn't even have a home. He calls himself the Orphan. Orphan, when I'm done with you and I dance all over your face, you're really going to be homeless.
Give me a hug.
Want to come into my town and try to represent on me? I don't think so. I'm going to knock you so hard, I'm going to knock your teeth out. Vic Vorhees, you look more like Jason Vorhees. You smell, you're dirty, you're nothing but a piece of crap. You can cut that camera off, because I got something to do.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of ACWA Danger Zone TV. I'm your host, Steve Miller, and tonight we're broadcasting live from ACWA Spring Breakout 2005. Tonight, you will see Della Morte defend her Women's World Championship against Luscious Lily. Now, as we all know, Della Morte has relied on the darkness to help her gain victory in all of her matches. But with the darkness out of the picture, will she be able to retain the ACWA Women's World Championship later tonight? And in our main event, you will see the Orphan take on Vic Vorhees in a grudge match. Now, this all started back at WrestleThon 3 during the ACWA Tag Team Mayhem match for the ACWA Tag Team Championships. Both men lost their temper, battled outside of the ring, getting themselves both counted out, losing their opportunity to win the ACWA America's Cup and the ACWA Tag Team Championships. This is shaping up to be a good old-fashioned brawl. Let's start off tonight's action with Dangerous Dan McGuire as he takes on newcomer Pete Hanover. Let's go to the ring.
Fans, what's this? I was getting all ready for Pete Hanover against Dangerous Dan McGuire. I know that music. That's Sure Thing Ryan Wing. What is he doing out here? He's not even scheduled to be out here right now. I don't know what his agenda is, what he has planned here, but apparently we're going to hear a few words from the Sure Thing here, and I have no idea what he's doing out here. I'm just really ready for the opening matchup between Pete Hanover and Dangerous Dan McGuire, but now I guess we're going to be entertained by a few words from Sure Thing Ryan Wing. Let's hear what he has to say.
Stop right now! What? I came out here for a reason.
You got nunchucks, dude?
And the reason was not to talk to you guys. I'm here because I got a bone to pick with CJ Summers. Tonight in the ring, I take on Warpath. What? For all of you. What?
Check it away! Check it away! Check it away!
When I beat Warpath 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring,
You're going to KFC afterwards?
you're gonna let me talk or we can stay here all night. What?
You got time.
CJ Summers has been dodging me for far too long. How old are you? Last time I had CJ Summers in this ring, I had him beat 1, 2, 3 and he cheated me out of it. What?
Are you done yet? The smell is dead.
No, I'm not done yet, and I'll stay here all night. What?
Check that away! Check that away!
There you hear the fans with the chicken wing chant. Got to be getting under the skin of Sure Thing Ryan Wing.
Check that away! Check that away!
People stop calling me that in second grade, okay? What? CJ Summers, when I get my hands on you again, I'm going to show everybody in this building exactly what I'm capable of. And I'm going to take that title that I rightfully deserve. No, I'm not done yet! What? You know what? CJ Summers, why don't you come out here right now and we can talk about this?
Sure thing, Ryan Wing laying out a challenge to the champion. You know Summers has got to come out here and respond to those comments.
It looks like CJ Summers has something to say.
Kick his ass, CJ!
That's a good call. And you people that were here last time I met this fool in the ring saw me beat him 1, 2, 3. I'm not ducking nobody, because everybody in that locker room knows I got an open contract. Sign your name on the dotted line and we'll be for this belt, buddy.
He don't deserve one. He's the chicken wing.
There you go, CJ just stating the facts. He's got an open contract. He's a fighting champion.
Chicken wing.
Put him in the crossface chicken wing. CJ, head up! CJ, shut your mouth! What? You got it all wrong, buddy. What?
They don't call me the chicken wing for nothing.
Head up! Last time we were...
What's going on here? Piper just running the ring with a chair, hitting CJ from behind, and now you got both men just taking their liberties out. Then a vicious chair shot to the left leg of Summers, hitting him right in the knee. So Ryan Wing and Piper working together here. Ryan Wing just driving an elbow into the leg. Both of them just working over the leg of CJ Summers. Piper driving the chair once again into the knee. Somebody's got to come out here and stop this. Please, somebody, security, somebody from the locker room's got to come out here and stop it. Come on, referee, get in there. Get them out of there. He's just taking his liberties with someone, hitting him time after time again with this steel chair. Referee's got to get these two out of here. He's going to be severely injured. We don't know what kind of impact this is going to have on a title match later tonight. Unfortunately, fans, we're going to have to take a break right now. When we come back, hopefully, I will have an update on the condition of CJ Summers.
It's a scorching hot day. Imagine being trapped in a parked car. The temperature inside is rising. Now imagine that you're wearing a fur coat. Leaving your dog in a hot car is not only uncomfortable, it's dangerous. If it's too hot for you, it's far worse for him because, unlike us, he can't perspire to cool down, and within minutes, the temperature, even with the windows down a little, can exceed 100 degrees. So on warm days, please be kind. Leave your dog safely at home.
For the opening contest now, we have newcomer Pete Hanover, who will be taking on dangerous Dan McGuire. Now, as you just saw, the referee and Dr. Mike were helping the American rock star back to the locker room. You see him clutching his knee, could barely put any weight on that leg. You gotta wonder what kind of injury he sustained there and what kind of condition he's in. He's in a tremendous amount of pain. Hopefully we'll have more on it later in the broadcast. But as you hear, dangerous Dan McGuire is set now to take on the newcomer here in the ACWA and the youngster Pete Hanover. Now the fans of the ACWA know all about dangerous Dan McGuire, and of course his tag team partner Playboy Vorhees. We all know that these two work together and they'll do anything to help each other out and help each other gain victory. I mean, time and time again, you know, as you see now, look, I know what this is all about. He's having a little fun with the referee there. Tell referee Bennett there is not too thrilled with dangerous Dan McGuire. As now McGuire's leaving the ringside area. Finally looks like he's ready to start this matchup. He's got a lot of energy. I guess that's the best way you can describe this guy. He's an accomplished athlete in the ring. He's got a lot of speed, a lot of agility, and he uses that to his advantage. But he also uses that bag of tricks. You know, the traditional moves like the raking of the eyes and the choking. All stuff that's found in the good old-fashioned professional wrestling book. Cheating and choking. Of course, that's the only chapter that was actually left out. But Dan McGuire has kept that one for his own personal reference. And as you heard earlier, he wants to show Pete Hanover just how darn dangerous Dan McGuire can be. Pete Hanover is excited about making his debut and taking on Dangerous Dan McGuire. He's going to be a tough test for young Hanover because we know what kind of competitor McGuire is. He's going to have to somehow fire himself up, somehow get ready for this matchup. This would be a great victory for him and a great way to start his career in ACWA by gaining victory over Dangerous Dan McGuire. I'd say both men are probably about even size. I'd say probably give like the speed and agility edge maybe to Dan McGuire. Knowing a little bit about this Pete Hanover guy, he's obviously, you can see he's fired up. He's got a lot of energy. But I think, the referee might have a little bit of a tough time trying to control this match. You see referee just checking on both wrestlers. And he's signaling for the bell, and this matchup is underway as we begin Spring Breakout 2005. Dan McGuire taking an early advantage with a quick arm drag, taking Pete Hanover down to the ground. But again, something that Dan McGuire seems to do a lot in his matches. He seems to want to talk to the fans. He sometimes doesn't even pay attention to his own opponent. And that could be his downfall in this matchup. There's always an X factor about a newcomer. The X factor with the newcomers, you're in the ring, you're ready for your match, but you don't even know how to necessarily prepare for your opponent because you don't know much about him. So all Dan McGuire is going to rely on is his skills in the ring, his cheating ways behind the referee's back, and of course he's got that big monster of a partner in Playboy Vic Vorhees. So anybody that McGuire wrestles in the ring is always at a disadvantage because you never know when Vorhees is going to come out. Dan McGuire taking down Pete Hanover with powerful shoulder tackle. Pete Hanover hip blocking McGuire down to the ground. And an arm drag. Taking him down again. McGuire seeks refuge on the outside of the ring. Pete Hanover fired up as you hear the crowd appreciates this great action early on in this contest. The referee needs to get McGuire back in the ring. He's in the front row as if he's like a fan, like he bought a ticket here. But he's here to work. He's here to wrestle. He wants to show everybody how darn dangerous he was. I'm not trying to steal his line, his catchphrase, but that's what he said he wants to do. He wants to show Pete Hanover how darn dangerous he is. Don't forget later in the broadcast, Della Morte will defend the Women's World Championship against newcomer Luscious Lily. And of course in our main event, Dangerous Dan McGuire's big buddy there, Playboy Vic Vorhees, will take on the hometown hero, the Orphan, in a good old-fashioned grudge match. We all know the history behind that, starting back at WrestleTime 3, as those two men, they lost their temper, they fought outside the ring, and eliminated themselves at a tag team mayhem match. Now it came down to Dangerous Dan McGuire in that match, taking on Travis Blake, and of course Dan McGuire came up on the short end of the stick. But you got to wonder now, being upset at that loss, he wants to start off the year the right way in his mind, and what a perfect way to start off the year than by ruining, and just upsetting Pete Hanover and taking him out and just wrecking his debut. But Pete Hanover knows that if he wants to make an impact in the ACWA, he's going to have to defeat Dangerous Dan McGuire and gain his first victory in the ACWA. Now I'm so excited I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Pete Hanover with the boot to the midsection, firing off with the right hands on the side of the head. Taking Dan McGuire back to the ropes, sending him off the ropes. McGuire with a beautiful reversal, hooked him over, drove him down with the DDT. But now McGuire going back to the outside of the ring, leaving his opponent lying nearly motionless. McGuire climbing an unorthodox way of re-entering the ring. McGuire off the ropes, driving the forearm to the chest, almost into the throat area. Going for the cover, and he hooks the far leg. Referee right there for a count of 2 as Pete Hanover kicks out just in the nick of time. You see McGuire's complaining to the referee that was a slow count, but the referee was in great position. The referee's in perfect control of this matchup so far. Beautiful leg lariat by McGuire, taking Hanover down to the mat. That could be it right there. Seems to have almost knocked the wind out of him, but again, McGuire more concerned with what the fans think of him instead of concerning himself with his opponent in the ring. Referee leaning over, checking on Hanover. Hanover's grabbing the face. He might have sustained some type of injury there. But now McGuire ascending the second rope here, taking his time here, checking to make sure he doesn't hit the ceiling. Going for the leg drop. Hanover rolls out of the way. You could see that had to hurt. McGuire in a tremendous amount of pain, holding his backside there. He might have jarred his lower back or done something to his tailbone there. That could be a serious injury there. Hanover, you see he's struggling just to get back to his feet from the beating he suffered early on in this match, trying to somehow fire himself up and get back in it. McGuire firing off with a European uppercut. And again with forearm to the face, taking Hanover down to the ground. Now Hanover's now down on the ground again, and McGuire coming over with a right hand to the face. And again, talking to the fans. I mean, he's got to pay more attention to what's going on in the ring instead of outside of it. Once again, he's on the top rope, driving a double axe handle to the upper back. Just continues the beating on Pete Hanover. Hanover's got to figure out some way. He's got to figure out some sort of strategy, something to reverse this. McGuire now taking his time with a diving headbutt. Just continuing the punishment on the youngster Hanover. Referee again checking over on Hanover. It's McGuire with another diving headbutt. Finally hooking the near leg. Only getting a count of two. Referee great position. Signaling only a count of two. But I have to go back to the whole thing with Vic Vorhees. I mean, I'm wondering myself, is he going to come out during this match? What's he going to do here? Now Hanover just finally got a little momentum here, firing McGuire off the ropes, taking him down with a back elbow. Regained the momentum in this match. Clothesline taking McGuire down to the mat, hooks the leg. Nearly gets a count of three, gets about 2.5 as McGuire barely gets that left shoulder off the mat. Got a reversal by McGuire, another leg lariat, caught him right in the face, knocking him down to the mat. Seems like every time Pete Hanover tries to get some sort of momentum in this match, McGuire figures out some way to reverse it and put it back in his favor. I don't know what to describe that type of move, but as he goes to cover it, once again only getting a count of two. McGuire's sort of like, a little bit different from the game plan I normally see from him. He's being more methodical with this newcomer. I guess he's trying to prove to this youngster that, maybe he doesn't belong here in the ACWA. Maybe in his mind, this is it. This is his one match and that's it. One shot and you're done. And you hear the smack of those forearms across the upper back of Pete Hanover. I mean, this is becoming repetitive. McGuire just jawing with the fans. Pete Hanover's got to use this opportunity while McGuire's not even concerning himself with him. He's got to use this opportunity being given to regain himself, try and get back onto his feet, try to mount some type of offensive momentum in this match. As you see, the referee began his 10 count, but McGuire entered the ring by the count of 3, just driving the double axe handle into the upper back. McGuire fires him off the ropes. Hanover ducked the clothesline. Both men had the same idea, clotheslining each other, taking each other down to the mat. Now the referee beginning his 10 count. If the referee reaches the count of 10, both men are counted out. This is a no contest or a draw. But you see McGuire he seems almost lifeless there. He's out of it. Hanover trying to get up, trying to get back to his feet. McGuire getting back up to one knee, but Hanover's back up onto his feet as well. McGuire not even paying attention to it. Hanover with the right hand, firing off another one. Just peppering the jaw with those right hands. Sending him off the ropes. Boot to the midsection, hooks him up, drives him down with a DDT, driving the face of McGuire into the mat. Hanover hooks the far leg. Gets a 2.5 count, just barely misses that opportunity and securing victory over Dangerous Dan McGuire. You see Hanover asking the fans, should I get him? Should I hit him? Of course he should. McGuire turned his back to his opponent. That's just the worst thing you could do in the ring here. The powerful right hand sending McGuire up into the corner there. Boots to the midsection, boots to the lower back. Just continuing the offensive onslaught. Hanover's got to keep this going, but McGuire with a chop. Now both men trading chops in the middle of the ring. You can hear those chops ringing across the building. Now McGuire with a right hand. Hanover reverses the Irish whip into the far corner. Tries to follow up with a clothesline, but McGuire gets that elbow up just in time, sending Hanover crashing down to the mat. Seems like McGuire's trying to set him up for something here. McGuire going for a crescent kick. Kick got him right under the chin. That could be it right there. Hanover could be out cold. He hooks the far leg, but he kicks out after the count of two just barely. That had to be like 2 7/8. That's probably the closest count I've seen in this match so far. McGuire obviously upset at the referee's count, saying it was too slow. But as you could clearly see, the referee was right there in great position. Hanover's shoulders were on the mat, but he kicked out just in time before the count of threes. This match continues now. And there we go. McGuire finally resorting back to that chapter of the wrestling book that everybody else seems to ignore, and that's choking him on the middle rope. The referee warned him about using that chokehold. As now McGuire off the ropes, going to jump on him, choke him again. Hanover gets out of the way. Now Dan McGuire is in a tremendous amount of pain. The referee once again beginning his 10 count as both men are down on the mat. As you can see, Hanover trying to grab the middle rope, regaining his vertical waist, trying to get back to his feet. McGuire still suffering from that misfire there on the middle rope. Hanover using the top rope. Now he's back up to his feet. And McGuire begging off now. I mean, he was all pretty macho before with the fighting and the kicking and everything in this match. He reverses the Irish whip. Dan McGuire with the roller. Come on, referee, he's hooking the tights. And Dan McGuire with a cheap victory over the newcomer, Pete Hanover, as he rolled him up, grabbed the tights for a cheap 1-2-3 victory. Fans, we're going to be back right after this.
I'm William Shatner, and this is Jimmy. Animals like Jimmy are often left behind by people fleeing hurricanes, fires, floods, and earthquakes. These abandoned animals cannot survive on their own. If you must evacuate your home, please never leave an animal behind. If you absolutely cannot take your animal with you, never leave him helplessly chained or caged. Many animals die because they cannot escape fires or rising waters. Animals need your help. Thank you.
He was jingling loud before. Now we're gearing up, as you see, special referee Shayla refereeing the Women's World Championship match, but I always thought that champion came out last, but apparently now we're going to be joined by the ACWA Women's World Champion, Della Morte. See special referee Shayla, excited about her opportunity. We figured this is the best way to hope things go fair here in this Women's World Championship match. You know the history of Della Morte. You know what she's done in the past. She's been the most dominant force in the ACWA Women's Division, and on many occasions with the things she's done in and outside of the ring, has kept other female competitors from even coming into the ACWA to try and compete for the Women's World Championship. Yeah, she had a minor setback at WrestleTon 3, but won that title back, continuing another dominant streak in her mind in the ACWA Women's Division. As you can see, the champion entering the ring at this time. Maybe she's got a look on her face. Something's up here. She's kind of with a cynical smile on her face. Now she's calling for the microphone. She's got something to say here.
Again, you see, there was supposed to be a women's championship match tonight. What? However, poor little luscious Lily had an accident. What? I don't really know what could have happened to her. She probably, let me turn my mic. She'll wrestle you. Probably didn't want to be here. I'm really knowing. She didn't want to face me, okay? What? She didn't want to face me. What happened? What?
Did you have to change the tire?
Yeah, that's it. She can't be here because she's scared me like everybody else has got the right things going in her head. She won't come in the ring with me because I am the ACWA Women's.
I know Luscious Lily was ready for her opportunity. I don't know what she's talking about. I see she got a crowbar in her hand, so that had to have something to do with it. Wait a minute. We're being joined right now. Wait a minute. You see Jana's coming to... What is Jana? Jana's coming out here to, I guess, respond to the Women's World Champion, her comments. Jana's got something to say here to Della Morte.
I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of hearing you talk.
You know, quite frankly, so am I. She's always talking about beating up other people, not letting them compete.
You have to be a fighting champion that means defending your title at all costs. All costs. All costs. You want this? You want that, honey?
Wait a minute. It seems like we have a challenge for the title being brought up here.
Because I'm a nice fighting champion. I will kick back with all shots and American Revolution if you compete tonight.
There you have it. Della Morte saying she will grant a Women's World Championship match against Jana if she defeats her tonight in this non-title match, as apparently we are not going to have a Women's World Championship match due to, you know, for some mysterious reason, Della Morte saying Luscious Lily was scared.
She said she's going to earn it. Believe me, she will.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to hear a word here from Jana responding to this challenge.
Come on, Rush, she's got to chase the tire.
Hit her with the belt.
This is mine!
Ladies and gentlemen, the following non-title contest is scheduled for one fall.
Non-title?
In the ring at this time, she hails from Hackensack, New Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jana.
There you hear the warm welcome that Jana receives from the fans here at Spring Breakout.
To my right, she is hailing from the dark side. She is the ACWA Women's World Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Della Morte.
You see, we have some Della Morte fans here at ringside area giving her a standing ovation as she shows everybody here that this is her world title, and if Jana wants a shot at this world title, then Jana has got to seize this opportunity right now. She's been given a match, a non-title match, but if she defeats Della Morte in this match, then she will be granted a Women's World Championship match. But I mean, these two ladies are no strangers to each other. They fought and battled in the ring before, but Jana's always come up on the short end of it, usually due to some kind of interference from the darkness, whether, you know, any kind of minion, whatever it was, whether it was Della Morte herself cheating or having one of her cronies coming out to the ring and help her win and defeat Jana. So, you know, Jana's got a lot on her mind. She's got a lot behind her, a lot of motivation in this matchup to try and defeat Della Morte to get that title match, because you know Jana wants to be Women's World Champion here in ACWA. She early on going with the cross arm breaker there, yanking down, that's going to hurt the elbow there. As you can see, straining on the elbow there, but Della Morte getting her foot on the bottom rope, and you see referee telling Jana to break the hold. As Jana breaks the hold at the count of 4. You know, Della Morte's obviously got the size and the strength advantage here, and of course, you know, she cheats. She does anything she can. I mean, Jana said, you know, you should defend this title at all costs. And I agree, you know, as a champion, you should defend your title at all costs no matter what challenges come towards you. But you should be able to defend that title on your own to show what kind of a true champion you are. Now, Della Morte, no doubt, has been the most dominant female in the ACWA women's division. But, I mean, you know, a lot of the victories that she's had have been dirty. They've been tainted, you know, whether it's her choking, kicking, using the title, anything she can to win the match. As there you go, showing an example of her power, knocking Jana down to the mat. Jana attempted the hip block. Della Morte attempts the hip block, and Jana finally takes her over. Arm drag taking Della Morte down. As you can see, Jana trying to use her speed and agility to gain the early advantage in this match with a drop toe hold, but Della Morte too close to the ropes, grabbing that bottom rope. Referee once again has to break the hold. But I have to wonder, I mean, you know, she said that, you know, Luscious Lily was scared, but you saw she had the crowbar in her hands. So I have to think in my mind that there was some kind of attack, some kind of surprise jumping, mugging, even if you called that somehow kept Luscious Lily from competing for the Women's World Championship. So at one point, Della Morte must have thought that she was going to get a free ride tonight. But, not having any of that, Jana came from the locker room and said, look, we're tired of hearing you talking. We're tired of hearing you saying all these things and doing all these things and preventing, other women from coming here competing. So tonight, I want to challenge you. And Della Morte granted her this match. So Jana's got to use this opportunity. I mean, she has to somehow figure out some way to avoid or to somehow prevent the cheating, somehow prevent the illegal tactics in this match so she can win. You see the referee's already warned Della Morte several times about the moves and the holds that she's been using in the ring here. The referee's got to break. That's hold the hair there. The referee's got to break that hold. Now Della Morte firing Jana off the ropes. Jana ducks the clothesline. High cross body, but Della Morte just catching her and driving her down with a backbreaker. And you see the positioning of the knee and the upper back as she pushes down on the chin and the leg. Submission hold there. Referee right there trying to see if Jana will give up. But Jana's hanging on. Della Morte just driving her down to the mat. Wait a minute now. Again, Della Morte now pointing over to her, apparently her two greatest fans here in the front row. All the fans here, you can tell, are disgusted by Della. Come on, referee, that's a chokehold. You break the hold. Della Morte, okay, she backed off. She broke before the count of 5, but you can't trust her. Now just seemed like she's mercifully beating on her, trying to take her down to the mat here. Jana holding onto the top rope. She's blocking it. The referee's got to break this hold right there. He's got to hold to the ropes. Della Morte trying to execute some sort of back suplex, but Jana reverses it. Russian leg sweep, driving Della Morte down to the mat. That could be it right there. You see Della Morte holding the back of her head. Jana's got to continue the attack, driving her face down to the mat. That could be it right there. But Jana's suffered too much punishment at the hands of Della Morte. She can't even mount and continue to mount this offense and mount any kind of attack. She finally gets over, hooking the far leg, only getting a count of 2 as Della Morte gets that left shoulder off the mat. Referee right there for a count of 2. But as you can see, Jana's trying to get back to her feet. But I mean, that beating was unmerciful. And there you go, Della Morte with the rake of the eyes, once again going to her bag of tricks, I guess you can call it. Choking her in the corner again. Come on, referee, you got to break the hold. This is like the 3rd time she's choking her out in the ring. And the referee once again warning her, that's got to be borderline disqualification. I mean, I'm no referee, I'm no official, but I'm going to call it the way I see it. See, driving the air out of Jana in the corner with those vicious shoulder tackles. Open hand slap to the chest. Just continuing the assault in the corner. Jana's got to fight her way out. She ducks the chop, and a chop of her own on the championess. Jana's fighting back. Della Morte once again reversing it with a boot to the midsection. And another one, just continuing the punishment. Referee telling Della Morte she's got to bring her competitor out of the corner. She can't keep her there. Powerbomb out of the corner, that could be it right there. Only getting a 2.5 count as Jana barely gets that right shoulder off the mat. You can clearly see Della Morte very, very upset, saying that was a count of 3. This matchup should be over. But you saw Jana got that shoulder off the mat before the count of 3, so this match continues. But you see Della Morte continue to complain. What's this? Jana with a roll-up. She's got her pinned to the mat. Almost gets a count of 2 as Della Morte barely gets that shoulder off the mat. Some of the fans even complaining that was a 3 count. But now Jana firing off a forearm to the side ahead of Della Morte, trying to keep this momentum going. The referee's warning Jana she's got to bring her out of the corner, but Jana now returning the favor with the boots to the midsection and giving a little taste to Della Morte of her own medicine there. Jana trying to pull her out of the corner. Now we got a Bronco Buster in the corner here, just driving the air out of Della Morte. That's got to be the way it's got to be done. She's got to take the air out of the bigger opponent. Going for the count, only getting a count of 2 as Della Morte gets that left shoulder off the mat. I mean, I have to admire that, Jana's Jana's fight and Jana's desire, because you know she wants to be champion. And Della Morte reversing the Irish whip, firing Jana into the corner, choking her out once again. Come on, referee, you got to break the chokehold. That's illegal. That's like the 4th time. I'm even, she's cheating so much, I've lost count. I can't even keep track of how many times she's cheated in this match. Della Morte trying to hook her up, looks like maybe for a suplex here. Decides against it, just ramming Jana's head into the top turnbuckle. Referee over to check on Jana, but Jana's going to continue as a matchup. She's not going to quit. I mean, I know about Jana. She's a great competitor. She has a lot of fight and a lot of spirit and a lot of heart. And she's going to have to use all those and much, much more to get the victory in this match, as now it looks like Della Morte is setting her up for some kind of move here, just perching Jana up on the top rope. Jana just almost sitting motionless, not even moving. Della Morte looking like she's going for a superplex. Jana shoves her off. Now Jana's on the middle rope. Della Morte returns to her feet. Jana with a high cross body, going for the cover. Only getting counted 2 as Della Morte gets that left shoulder off the mat. But now Jana once again can't even get back to her feet, and the referee got a little annoyed, and Jana rolls her up, goes for the cover, and Jana defeats Della Morte. Oh my God! Now Jana gets the women's world title match that she came out here and challenged for and fought for, and now you will see Jana will take on Della Morte for the women's world championship. Congratulations to Jana on a great victory over Della Morte. Della Morte obviously a little bit upset here, but folks, you see Jana's going to go back to the locker room victorious. Fans, we'll be back right after this. And we're gearing up for this week's main event, good old-fashioned grudge match, as you see Playboy Vic Vorhees in the ring, awaiting the arrival of the Orphan. Now maybe Vic Vorhees being kind of new in this company, he's only been here a short while, already walking in trying to say he's going to be the biggest and baddest man in ACWA. Everybody knows, about the Orphan and the things that he's done in the past. But maybe now Vic Vorhees bit off maybe a little bit more than he can chew, and that's gotten under the skin as the Orphan. As you see, the Orphan is now coming out in response to the comments heard earlier by Vic Vorhees saying he was going to dance all over his face and make him homeless. Obviously that's got to anger, that's got to tick off the Orphan, and he's coming out here to respond to that and defending his home turf. So there's no way he's going to show him up on his home turf, and he's obviously infuriated with Vic Vorhees. And these are 2 big monsters, 2 giants in the ACWA. Vic Vorhees just marching right in here saying he's going to be the biggest and baddest. He's going to be the #1 big man in the ACWA. Just shoving the Orphan. Orphan firing back, shoving him down to the mat. What is Vic Vorhees talking about? He's telling me he pulled the hair. Vic Vorhees barely has hair to pull. And now Vic Vorhees trying to take a powder, almost leaving the ring there, but Orphan's got him by the back of the neck. Got him by the tights. Now hooking him into a side headlock there, trying to wear down the big man. That may be the type of strategy you're going to need. Now Vorhees trying to take him down with a shoulder block. And Vorhees seems like he's out on his feet. I guess he wasn't expecting that. He's teetering here. Orphan off the ropes again with another shoulder block. As you can see, Vic Vorhees not quite down yet. Orphan ducks the clothesline. Flying shoulder tackle, taking Vorhees down to the mat, finally taking the big man down. You can hear the fans are excited about the hometown hero here. Fire off, avalanche into the corner, crushing him into the corner. Now you know what happened between these 2 men even back at WrestleThon 3. These 2 men were involved in the ACWA Tag Team Mayhem match, which of course was, that night we crowned new tag team champions, and we also crowned the ACWA America's Cup winner. But these 2 men, with Vic Vorhees' attitude, started battling outside the ring. Both men lost their temper, just beating unmercifully on each other. We had security, referees, all kinds of officials had a hard time separating these 2. They were fighting and beating on each other just because they don't care. They're just trying to take out the other man and prove that they're the biggest. They're the biggest monster in ECW. They're the dominant big man, as you say. And now I guess because of that, this is how we came to this good old-fashioned grudge match, good old-fashioned brawl. You know, maybe not necessarily a classic wrestling match. Might be a little bit more forceful, a lot of heavy blows being thrown down in this match. But this is definitely, you know, a way for the Orphan and Vic Vorhees to settle this. This has got to be some sort of way to settle maybe who the big man is. As you know, like I said earlier, the Orphan, we know about him. He's been here in the ACWA. You know, he's a veteran in the ACWA. Vic Vorhees is new. You know, he hasn't been here all that long. I mean, he's been here. He's had his, you know, a small tenure here in the ACWA. But to just walk in here and just say he's going to be the dominant big man, you know, it's an awful lot to say when you know the Orphan is already part of the ACWA and what kind of athlete and competitor that the Orphan is. I mean, you know, these guys have a bit of a budding rivalry here, and, you know, this could be boiling over here tonight at Spring Breakout in this week's main event. But again, now Vic Vorhees, just like his buddy, Dangerous Dan McGuire, is more concerned about maybe what the fans think of him as he continues the punishment in the corner on the Orphan. You hear the fans are chanting for the Orphan, trying to help him get back up to his feet. That's like an unsung tag team partner in a match like this. You know, the fans are there for moral support, and, you know, believe it or not, folks, that does help a wrestler. It gives him motivation to try and reverse the momentum. As now Orphan firing in the corner, boots to the face. But Vic Vorhees taking him down to the mat with a massive boot right across the face. Looks like that could be it for the Orphan here. But Vic Vorhees not even going for the cover. Wasting his time. He had the Orphan lying motionless. As he fires him off into the corner, follows him up with a clothesline, knocking the air out of the Orphan. Again, jawing with the fans. You know, it seems like he has to, almost like maybe Vorhees has to gain the fans' approval after he does anything in his ring. Orphan reversing it, follows him up with his own clothesline in the corner. Irish whips him into the far corner. Crushes him in the corner with an avalanche. Vorhees down to the mat, falling down to his knees, and now the Orphan going for the cover. Only getting a count of two as Vic Vorhees just barely gets his shoulder off the mat. Referee right there for a count of 2.5. You know the fans they're trying to, in any way, as you see, Orphan gaining more and more support from his, you know, now adoring fans on the outside of the ring. Vorhees with the reversal, sending Orphan crashing to the outside of the ring. Orphan's in a tremendous amount of pain. He's having a little trouble there getting back to his feet. Now Vorhees following him to the outside of the ring. The referee beginning his count, trying to count both men out. Vorhees sending him, trying to send him into the into the post, and now slamming his head off the post. The referee continuing his count as both men are just brawling on the outside of the ring. The referee's up to a count of, looks like count of 8. Oh, he's up to count of 7. I've even lost it. They're battling on the outside of the ring, brawling on each other. I've even lost control. He's up to a count of 9. This could be it right here. And there's a count of 10. The referee signaling for the bells. This match is a double counter. This looks like a total repeat of what happened in WrestleDon 3 as both men battled to the outside of the ring, taking themselves out of this match. So right there is a double counter. This match is a draw, but both men are continuing to fight on the outside of the ring. This referee and some of these officials from the back have got to break this up and get this out of here. Somebody's got to take these men out of here. Continuing to fight as you see security making their way over, trying to break these two men up. Continuously fighting on the outside of the ring. Orphan doesn't care. He's just disgusted with Vic Vorhees trying to take his spot as the big man. That's it, folks, for this week's edition of ACWA Danger Zone TV. Don't forget to watch next week as we conclude our coverage of Spring Breakout 2005. Will CJ Summers be able to defend the ACWA Heavyweight Championship? Don't forget to check us out on the web at acwawrestling.com. If you have any comments, send them to us at acwa-nj@juno.com. Join us next week, folks. Good night, everyone.